Hey everybody, Chris Bond 21 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 2. This is episode 4. On the last episode, we finally got through the 3-hour-long tutorial that is Roxas's intro to Kingdom Hearts 2. We hit the title screen, and we finally got back in control of Sora at long last. So in the final episode of Roxas's final days in summer, what exactly happened? Well, Roxas learned very life-shattering events that were happening around him. That one, he's a nobody. He's Sora's nobody, and that in order for Sora to wake back up again and to, go around and do all of his ass kicking with the Keyblade, he kind of needs Roxas to, I guess, merge with him. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Yeah, so Roxas learned that. He also learned that he was a member of Organization 13, the mysterious organization that we met in Chain of Memories, now has a number attached to them, and we learned that Roxas was their final member, the 13th member. Also learns that he was good friends with Axel. Something made him want to leave the organization, and on his way out, well, he got caught by the guy in the black coat that seems to be Ansem and Diz, and then they threw him in this virtual Twilight Town to basically hide him away while Sora healed for the year. So at the end of the last episode, Roxas merged back with Sora, and now Sora woke up, and we're back in Twilight Town, the real Twilight Town. And we're going to head out here, but unfortunately we're not going to head into the forest. We're actually going to jump all the way back into the town and end up in the usual spot because it's very weird. So let's just get started on this because there's a lot to do today.
No, I think I've been to this town.
What's it called?
Guess I must have imagined it.
What do you want?
Nothing. Just wondering what was back here.
Now you know. This is our spot.
What? You're new around here, right? I'm Pence.
Hayner, nice to meet you. But we got stuff to do, so catch you later.
My name's Olette. Hey, did you finish up the summer homework yet? Independent studies are the worst, huh?
Homework?
Hey, what are your names?
Oh, sorry. We're Sora, Donald, and Goofy.
Hey there.
Sora, Donald, Goofy. We just met someone who was looking for you.
He sure seemed in a hurry. He had a black coat on, so I couldn't see his face. But he had these big round ears.
Where'd you see him?
At the station.
The station, thanks.
Well, you'd better get back to that assignment.
Later.
Oh boy, the pig's trying to find us.
Yeah, let's get to the station.
Alright, so we can move out of the usual spot. Nothing really to do in here. There is an alternate, not really alternate, but there's a bonus scene that you can miss if you don't do something right now. We have to do our homework. If you got time, why don't you get a job? Oh wait, I don't think anyone's hiring right now. Yes, the game is very limiting on what we can do right about now. Also, I didn't mention this, but Donald and Goofy's character portraits, mainly because we didn't see this in the last section, because now they're actually walking around with us, are now moved over there because there's a map. Because some of the areas are a little bit bigger. The guy looking for you is at the station. It's at the top of Station Heights. You should go see what he wants. Yeah, so that's basically what these areas are for. If you want to know about this town, go to the Sandlot. We're busy. I'm sure Cypher's bunch will accommodate you. Yeah, so if you go this way, you actually can get a sort of, I guess, bonus scene where you run into Cypher.
Hey, you. Where'd you come from? You here to pick a fight with us or something?
Fight? We're not here to fight.
Yeah, you big palooka.
Okay, smart Alex. Time to teach you how to behave in my town. Bring it.
Man, what a jerk.
One moment. If you're gonna fight, why not make it a proper struggle?
What?
You see, Cypher, I'm a really big fan.
What? What do you want?
In other words, I want to see more of your super cool moves. You handled the tournament with real style, and you absolutely dominated the title match. But I just can't get enough. Don't you see? The matches are far too short. And what's your name?
Sora.
Sora. If you want to fight a you just say the word.
So yeah, the announcer tells you about the struggle battles. I don't know if we can do one now. I doubt we can. You're willing to fight? Great. First, I'd like to test your ability. But I don't have any opponents for you. You'll have to wait. Meanwhile, practice. Yeah, so you can't do anything right now. But I always like this little scene because I love Donald and Sora's reactions to Cypher. It's like, what a jerk. And Donald's like, bah. Whether brawling or struggling, I'm not going to lose to the likes of you. Why don't you come back 10 years from now? Well, in 10 years, you might be the correct age as your character from Final Fantasy VIII, so that's appropriate. So yeah, we just have to head up to the station. There's really nothing to do here. There are chests to get in the other area down here in, I think it's Tram Common. But again, I'm not really too big on getting all the chests. I wouldn't really worry too much about it. We are going to just sort of go and run to where we need to be. Unfortunately, where we need to be is at the top of the station, and it's going to be another one of those you can't win fights. Let's take a running counter on how many of those are. I think this is going to be our third one. Alright, so here we go. Defeat all the strength. That's the other thing. There's now an information ticker that always pops up telling you what to do. Jeez, game, I don't know what to do. There's enemies in front of me. Do I need to defeat them? Maybe I need a bar to tell me that. Again, I just feel like they wanted to cover their bases. I feel like so many people complained about how there were things in Kingdom Hearts 1 that weren't completely explained. You know, like the thing in Atlantica with the dolphin, or like stuff in Deep Jungle. And I think this was their answer to that. So basically, here's how these fights work. This is another one of those fights where you can't win. There's no end to this fight. They just keep spawning over and over again. So if you take a lot of damage, you can end this faster. If you attack everything quick and you don't take any damage and you win, but I don't really win, but by basically you kill a lot of the enemies, you can keep this going for a good long while, and then it'll end on its own. But if you want to skip through these things, I guess thought process would be just take a few hits and then it'll end automatically. So yeah, if you're really sucking and they take a lot of hits on you, it'll end automatically. But you see now this is already like wave 3. Yeah, you'll pretty much just keep doing it over and over again. So I don't know, I hate this. I mean, again, granted right now, Sora did just wake up from a year-long nap, so he's probably not at full capacity to be kicking ass. So I think that's how they try to write it off, like, oh, he got pooped and tired. But there's so many parts later in the game where I feel like, oh my god, really? Like, this is another one of those fights, like another fight where I can't win. Like, come on, I can win. Like, give me a chance, game. Like, let me try. I don't know why they didn't even bother doing like the alternate cutscene thing. Like, if you lose, okay, fine, you get the cutscene where it looks like you lost, and if you win, you get like a bonus little scene. They did that in the first game. So yeah, that's it. You just fight them off, and then eventually this just queues up.
Your Majesty?
Shh. You gotta board the train and leave town. The train knows the way. Here.
Your Majesty!
The king? Was that really him?
It could have been. Yep, I know it was.
Now we know it's okay.
The king was locked in the realm of darkness, right?
Uh-huh.
But we just saw him.
Yep.
And if the king is here, That means Riku's here.
He's gotta be.
Well, I'm gonna go look for Riku. Then he and I can go back to the islands together. Kairi's there waiting for us. What are you two gonna do?
Uh,
Of course, Sora. Do you have to ask?
Hey, what's so funny?
Your face. What do you say, guys? Let's stick together for one more journey. To where again?
We have to board the train.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Here's something I'm gonna interject with. So these are the secret Ansem reports. I don't know what that might be, but maybe there's a reason why it's called the secret Ansem report. Maybe it's some more information about the writings that Ansem did in the first game. Actually, I know why they're called secret, but again, spoilers.
Huh?
Hey, Sora?
What?
Nothing, but
We came to see you off. It just seemed like something we ought to do.
Oh. Really? Thanks.
You should hurry and get your tickets.
Right.
Huh?
What is it?
They're the same.
Yeah.
Three tickets, please. I can't help feeling like we won't see this town again.
Why not?
You're thinking too much.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but Sora's actually got a bit of a point. You see, actually, I think we're locked. See, this is what I'm talking about, like right here. No, actually, no, we can leave. We can leave. That is amazing. I figured it was gonna lock us up. But yeah, Sora is kind of right. We won't be able to leave. We won't be going back to Twilight Town. Once we get on this train, we're pretty much going to be stuck on a linear path, and we're not going to be able to go back to Twilight Town for a good long while. Because again, you may think that Twilight Town is the hub, like Traverse Town was, or like the world we're going to constantly return to. And like I said in the last episode, it's not. It's just some place we visit a few times, but it's not the hub world. There is another world that we're going to go to a bunch of times, but we won't be seeing that world until the next episode. But it's not here, sadly. I would love it to be here. Also, I hate that the music's changed to a different track. I wish it was still Lazy Afternoons. So yeah, you have to talk to Donald, and you can get on the train. This is going to be a long journey, so prepare yourself well. Yeah, get on the train. There's really not much to do. You could go back and go to the shops, but I'm not gonna.
Okay, let's go. Bye.
hey, Sora? You sure we haven't met before?
Positive. Why do you ask?
I don't know.
Huh?
You okay?
Yeah. Don't know where it came from.
Pull it together.
Right. See ya. You know? I'm sad.
We'll be back.
Yeah, we can visit Hayner and those guys again.
Real fast before this fades out, because I'm not gonna have a lot of time. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a new cutscene that's unique here to Final Mix. If I believe yep, this is new.
Guess that's that.
Let's go.
Go where? It's not like we have homes to return to. We don't exist, remember?
Yes, it's true. We may not have homes. But there is some place I want to go. And someone I want to see.
Same here. So, you think you might let us go? I know you're here to get rid of us, but...
Diz wants to get rid of me?
Go.
You sure about this?
I owe you both.
For what?
Castle Oblivion. You helped us.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Thank you.
So yeah, they gave a little bit more closure onto what happened to Axel and Naminé. In the original game, we don't find out what happens to them a long time after that, so kind of cool that they added that.
There goes our ride.
Alright, so we have arrived at the tower. This is actually called the Mysterious Tower. In Kingdom Hearts 2, it's part of Twilight Town, but in later games, it's sort of its own world. Also, some people, and this was kind of just when the game started, you see this train track. You'll notice it just disappears over here. But there were rumors that when the game started, they were going to get rid of the gummy ship, because if you remember from the first Kingdom Hearts, they mentioned how gummy ship travel in the future games would be impossible because the walls were all back up between the worlds. And so some people thought that maybe this train thing was going to lead us to the different worlds, but it turned out just to be a transportation here to the Mysterious Tower. So it's an interesting theory, but it didn't quite pan out. So there's a few chests here. We should be able to get all the chests here in around the Mystery Tower. It accounts for the Twilight Town numbers. And if you notice, there's somebody up at those steps who looks oddly familiar.
What's going on?
I sent some of my lackeys inside to see if the master in this here tower's as big and tough as they say. Word is he's a real powerful sorcerer, which would make him the perfect bodyguard for me. See, it don't matter how tough he is. Once he's a Heartless, he'll do as I say.
Yes.
That's right. They're those things that come out of the darkness in folks' hearts. Why, with all those Heartless at her side, my dear friend Maleficent is gonna conquer everything. And since I got me a debt to pay, I'm going round to a bunch of different worlds and building an army of Heartless, special for her. Oh, why am I talking to you pipsqueaks anyway? Go on, Scram, I'm behind schedule as it is.
You ought to find something nicer to do.
Oh, says who? Huh? Oh, it's you!
Pete?
What are you two Nimrods doing here?
What are you doing here?
You know him?
We sure do. Pete's been causing trouble for ages. His Majesty banished him to another dimension a long time ago. I wonder how he escaped.
You want to know how, eh? Well, Maleficent busted me out, that's how. And now your world, no, all the worlds are gonna belong to yours truly. 'Cause Maleficent's gonna help me conquer them.
Maleficent? Huh.
Oh, what are you laughing at? Why, Maleficent's power is so great that...
She's toast.
Huh?
Sorry, but Maleficent can't help you now.
What do you mean? You! So you're the ones that did it.
Well, we might have had something to do with it.
Heartless Squad, round up!
So yeah, that whole thing about Pete being working with Maleficent. So yeah, that is true. So apparently, I guess Pete was off searching for Heartless in the last game. That's why we didn't see him and he wasn't mentioned. And the thing about him being banished, well, they kind of retconned that a little bit when we finally got to the game that explained it. It wasn't Mickey that banished him, it was Minnie. So technically, you could argue that maybe Goofy forgot, but yeah, it didn't really matter. Everything else checked out with that, so that was pretty cool.
You just wait. Nobody, and I do mean nobody, messes with the mighty Pete.
So, mighty Pete, who lives in this tower anyway?
Oh, you don't know, eh? Well, it's old Yen Sid. Of course, he's probably a Heartless by now.
Master Yen Sid lives here?
Yen Sid is the king's teacher.
Wow, sounds powerful.
Don't worry, we're going to be seeing Pete not too long after this. We will see Pete again. So yeah, Yen Sid lives in this tower. Yen Sid is from the animated short Fantasia. Well, not really the animated short, but from the movie Fantasia, which is like a collection of musical-based, cartoons that are set to like classical music. And his thing is attached to the Sorcerer's Apprentice short, where Mickey wears the little hat that's on top of the command gauge, and he does the thing with the brooms. You've probably seen that's really popular. It also inspired a god-awful movie with Nicolas Cage and Alfred Molina back, I think, in I want to say 2010, but maybe 11? Can't really remember. Yeah, that was a god-awful movie. Yeah, so all there is here in this place, so there's just some Heartless to fight as we make our way up the tower. So, yeah, the thing about Pete, he'll be troubling us throughout the game. He's sort of like a running gag this time around. But there's something about Maleficent. If you remember, I mentioned at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1 when we defeated her. We might come into that issue in a little bit. So yeah, the thing's going pretty good right now. I'm having a lot of fun with the playthrough right now. I haven't died yet, which is pretty good, but we haven't exactly got to the hard parts yet. I believe this is just telling me to go up. Yep. So we go into the floor. So now we're fighting Heartless. So yeah, now there's like two sets of enemies. There's Nobodies and there's Heartless. So now the game kind of alternates on what it'll throw at you. So sometimes you'll have to fight Nobodies, and sometimes you'll have to fight Heartless, and then sometimes it's a mix of what you got to fight. So yeah, this is pretty easy stuff, fighting against the regular Heartless. This is nothing really too challenging. Not really much we're going to see in this episode in terms of hard challenge. Maybe next episode things will start getting a little tougher. And we've got some more Heartless here. Also, again, the palette swaps have changed again. You'll notice that soldier looks a little bit different. And now we can do the reaction command Cyclone, where you like jump ahead and we kill him really fast. So yeah, these guys are no problem. They're pretty easy. It's just really good. I'm just really glad to be back to a combat system where I can actually like attack and move around. So glad to be back to that, because don't get me wrong, I like that the card system is there. It's unique and it's original, and I mean, hell, most games would just copy and paste their systems over and over again. So I give them credit that they tried to do something different, but geez, I just love to be back doing this free roam, this free turn, non-card based combat.
Things haven't changed one bit.
Well, it's a good thing we're on the job then.
So, the worlds aren't at peace after all?
Well, there's a reason for why the Heartless are still around. So then you're probably thinking, wait a minute, Chris, how are they Heartless? Because Sora brings up a good point. Didn't we bring peace to the world? Didn't we do all this cool stuff where we saved the day at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1? Well, if you remember in Kingdom Hearts 1 how they explain what the Heartless are, and Yen Sid's going to explain this because really the next bunch of cutscenes are going to be giant batches of exposition, because if Yen Sid's good for anything in this series, it's telling you all the exposition. They're going to explain why the Heartless are still hanging around. So let's take a look at this long cutscene.
Master Yensid, it's an honor.
Hey there.
Sora, show some respect.
So, you are Sora. Now then, have you seen the king yet?
Yes, we did, Master, but we didn't get a chance to talk to him.
Yes, the king has been quite busy of late. Therefore, it would seem that the task of instructing you three falls upon my shoulders. You have a perilous journey ahead of you. You must be well prepared.
You mean, we have to go on another quest? I was looking forward to finding my friend Riku, so we could go back to the islands.
Yes, I know. However, everything in your journey, Sora, is connected. Whether you will find your way home to the islands, whether you will return alone or with your friend, and whether or not the islands will still be there. And the key that connects them all is you, Sora.
I'm the key?
Chosen wielder of the Keyblade, you are the key that will open the door to light. This book contains valuable knowledge you will need for your journey. Study it carefully. Once you have finished, we will speak of the enemies you will surely confront.
So they kind of break Yensid's little chat thing into multiple sections. So let's open up this thing. So usually the big chests contain either a good item or a map, and most times it's the map. So we got the tower map. Yay! And now we gotta read this book. So the book is three little things: the beginning, the interlude, and the future story. I honestly have no idea what this stuff is supposed to be hinting at. I've read it a bunch of times and tried to like figure out whether it's hinting at past games or future games, and you'd figure now with all the games we have after Kingdom Hearts 2, it may have been teasing something, but I don't think they had much of the plot lines after this planned out as far as they did. So let's start with the beginning and see if we can think anything of this. The beginning! Each journey gives rise to chance encounters, and each encounter brings forth a farewell. When a farewell leads to a journey, the worlds open their hearts. There are those chosen by light and those ensnared by darkness, friends who share the same bonds, though their paths may differ. When you doubt the path trod thus far, when the hand you held is lost to you, gaze anew at the heart that once was, for all the answers are within. So yeah, I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Let's look at the interlude. Maybe that one makes a little bit more sense. Interlude. A long dream, a sad farewell, hanging in the air, in the world between. What is reality, what is illusion? The path chosen by the young boy leads to his memories. When caught in the stream of the days and nights going past, gaze anew at your steps, for there all confusion will end. So is it supposed to be like Kingdom Hearts 1 was the first thing because friends and the path, and then memories is the interlude, which was Chain of Memories, and confusion, which was definitely something that happened in Chain of Memories. And the future story, is that what this game is? Let's see if this one makes any sense. The future story. Will the day come when this battle born of confusion will end? Well, considering all the plot lines and things, the series will always be confusing, I think. if it is different things to different people? Can the reality be that which is hidden? The reason is mere existence. Still, memories can be believed. Be not afraid, and trust your body to the soothing waves of your memories. By and by, your fleeting rest will be over, and everything will begin. So yes, much like how I felt at the end of every single math class that I took in college, I'm baffled, confused, and I feel like I have a migraine already. So yeah, no idea what that's supposed to mean. So to continue this on, you got to talk to Yensid. The book contains important knowledge. Be sure to read it. Do you have any questions? Actually, let's talk about this.
Wait a sec. How come the Heartless are still running around?
Your past endeavors did prevent an immense effusion of Heartless from the Great Darkness. Make no mistake about that. However, the Heartless are darkness made real, and darkness yet lingers in every heart. The Heartless are fewer, but while darkness exists in a single heart, it will be difficult to eliminate them.
Gorge, that must mean if everybody's heart was full of light, them Heartless would go away.
Now, it is time to speak of the enemies that you will encounter. If one such as you, Donald, yields to the darkness in their heart, they too will become a Heartless. But you know this. The Heartless are always lurking and ever seeking to capture new hearts. Never let your guard down. Now then. At times, if someone with a strong heart and will, be they evil or good, becomes a Heartless, the empty shell they leave behind begins to act with a will of its own. An empty vessel whose heart has been stolen away. A spirit that goes on even as its body fades from existence. For you see, no bodies do not truly exist at all. Nobodies may seem to have feelings, but this is a ruse. They only pretend to have hearts. You must not be deceived.
Nobodies. They don't exist.
Now then, the being you see before you is known as a dusk. They are the most common form of nobody. But there are others, some larger, some with frightening and unique powers. Be vigilant. On your journey, you will meet an alarming number of dusks. They will all attempt to do you harm. Still, they are nothing but empty shells, destined to return to darkness. But the beings you see before you now are different. These powerful nobodies have formed a group called Organization 13. It commands the lesser nobodies.
Organization 13.
While Heartless act on instinct, nobodies function in a higher manner. They can think and plan, and it seems they are working towards a goal. What that goal is, we do not know. The king sensed the danger and journeyed forth to fight it. He found the Dark Realm's Keyblade and with it closed the door. Now he's traveling from world to world, fighting the Heartless as he seeks the answer to the riddle of the Nobodies and Organization 13.
Then I guess we better go find the king first.
But where could he be?
Well, we won't know till we look.
Yeah, And the king must know where Riku is, because the two of them were together in the realm of darkness when we closed the door. You know, after defeating Ansem.
So, before you go, you will need more suitable traveling clothes. Those look a bit too small for you. Through there, you'll find 3 good fairies. If you ask, they'll create for you appropriate garments.
Gorge, Sora, you sure are growing fast.
I guess.
Yes, apparently sleeping for a year tends to do that to your clothes. So if you head into the next room, we'll be able to get the new outfit. Now, there's something really cool with the mirrors in this room that I'll do before we go back and talk to Yensid. Just let this cutscene play out. So yes, we got the 3 fairies from Sleeping Beauty. I think it's Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather.
You guys, Riku and the king. I don't care who this organization is or what it's planning. With the 5 of us, I mean 6 of us, there's nothing to worry about, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know I was actually going to get control now. So yeah, real quick, I'm going to go around to all the mirrors. An image overcome by the power of darkness flows into your mind. The image of the Keyblade unleashing its ultimate power flows into your mind. An image of you possessing all abilities flows into your mind. Oh, nope, I want to look at the thing. An image of you obtaining your old powers flow into your mind. And finally, these 2. An image of you utilizing your magic to your full potential flows in your mind. An image of you utilizing your strength flows to your full part of your mind. So what does this all mean? We'll find out in just a second, because the clothes that the fairies are going to give us are actually special garments that are endowed with magical powers. So let's change clothes.
Well, look who's here, dears. Sora, Donald, and Goofy.
Oh, if you're looking for clothes, you've come to the right place. I'll do the designing. Oh, that will never do.
Oh, now, dears.
But don't you like this better?
Hold on.
Are you certain? Blue.
Would you just decide?
Oh, well.
All right, then. Together now, dears. And no more squabbling. Oh, my.
Oh, it's lovely. Oh, yes. He does look very dashing.
Now, those aren't ordinary garments.
They have very special powers. Take the orb, dear. And watch what happens.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Wow.
2 Keyblades.
This journey's going to be twice as difficult as your last.
Your garments also have other powers. But you'll have to discover what they are as you continue on your journey.
Okay, I'll do my best. And thanks a lot.
Oh, and there's something else for you from Master Yensid.
Oh, boy.
So we got Star Seeker, our first Keyblade of the game. That's a very special one. And we got Valor Form. With Goofy's help, you can use the Drive command to change into Valor Form. So this is a new addition to Kingdom Hearts 2. The clothes have special abilities that allow you to enter Drive forms. And Drive forms, as we have right now, we have Wisdom, we have no, I almost spoiled it. Valor Form. So each of the mirrors that we just looked at is a form. So I believe an image of you utilizing your strength is the Valor Form one. So these are all different forms that we're going to get. There is one additional one. This one here was not in the original game. An image of obtaining all your old powers. There's another drive form that we're going to get. I forget when we get it, but it's unique to Final Mix. It was not in the original game. So basically what happens is if you want to use one of the drive forms and you click on it, you got to sacrifice a party member. So for Valor form, you get rid of Goofy, and you only have Donald in the party. There's another form that only gets rid of Donald, and then the later forms that require a lot more sacrifice require 2 party members to go bye-bye while you use a lot of cool moves. And the drive forms, they don't really break the game, but there is a glitch with the drive bar on how to work with that. And real quick, I'm going to show this off now so I don't forget. So form abilities have abilities as well, and they're connected to Sora in a sort of weird way if you paid attention to the thing. So yeah, these are all the moves that we get. So in the original Kingdom Hearts, you might remember that there was shared abilities, and high jump was one of those. So there's a growth thing here called high jump level 1. So basically, the first time I ever played Kingdom Hearts 2, I didn't really level up the drive forms, because you actually can level them up. I didn't level them up that much, because I didn't really rely on them too much, because I felt in some cases it was a little bit easy to use drive forms when I wanted to make the game a little bit more challenging for myself, so I didn't really go too crazy leveling them all up. Also, when you get a lot of them in the later game, you start leaving the earlier ones behind. So leveling up the drive forms require a specific type of leveling up. So unlike when we just fight random enemies and we get random experience points that make Sora level up, if you go to status and you go down to Valor and you go down to experience, it'll tell you how to level up each of the forms. So for Valor form, you get 1 point of experience for every attack dealt to an enemy. So every time you hit an enemy, you gain 1 point. And we need to hit enemies 80 times in order to level up. Once you get to, I think, level 2, you can start learning the growth abilities that was on that list. So if you notice, Sora has high jump. So right now we just have the standard jump where it looks like Sora is ducking his head for some reason. But when we get high jump, trust me, it's going to be a lot more easier. And there's a whole bunch of cool moves that we're going to learn that way. So I highly recommend doing that. There's a glitch with the drive gauge that will make that a lot easier, which I'll show off when we get to a later point when we have some of the other drive forms that I want to level up. Unfortunately, the game once again limits you because, again, it's more streamlined. At a certain point, you won't be able to level this up anymore. So if I just, like, let's say I go back to Twilight Town if I could, and I went to go fight a bunch of enemies, and I kept fighting over and over again, and let's say I want to keep leveling it up, you can't max this form out right now. You have to wait till the game allows you to continue, because right now, you can only use a certain gauge for it. So right now, I think we're at 3. I think by the game's end, you can get 7. I think it's 6 or 7 in this one. It's more than in the standard game. So let's go back to Yensid and finish up this episode, because this episode's been a hell of a lot of exposition. Oh, I forgot about this cutscene. Huh, Sora, I think you dropped something. This is new to Final Mix, so I almost forgot about this. Huh? It must have fallen out of your pocket. What is it? Part of a picture? Is this a gift too? Oh, we don't know anything about that. But if you found it in your pocket, it must have something to do with your adventure. Hold on to it, dear. In fact, you should hold on to any other pieces you come across on your journey. Oh, Jiminy gets a little line of dialogue. Not that he's going to speak. I'll make sure to note them in my journal. Alright, so you obtained a puzzle piece. Blah, blah, blah. I will show this off now. So yeah, this is new to Final Mix. There are things called pieces. And right now there's just the one in Twilight Town, the one we found. The Awakening puzzle piece. So if you go back to the collection and you go down to puzzle pieces, you'll see that there is a list of pieces and puzzle mode. So there's something called Awakening. So you have to collect all of the pieces in order to build the puzzle. So I believe if we go down, yeah, here it is. So this is what we just picked up. So basically what this is as you go through each world, you're going to see these little crown-shaped emblems floating in midair. This was in a later Kingdom, this was brought back in a later Kingdom Hearts game as well, but it was stickers, not puzzle pieces. So what you do is you find all these pieces and then you build the puzzle, and you get a bonus item for completing it. So it basically, it instills exploration, and it gives you a bonus for doing it. And they're all artwork from the game's concept arts and things like that. So it's things like, this is one of the concept arts for Kingdom Hearts 2's early promo images. So that's all it is. But you get some cool items, and it's something for exploration. This was not in the original game. This is something that's new for Final Mix. So I think now we will go back to talk to Yensid and finish this episode up. I'm sorry it's been a lot of exposition, but we need to just get through this before we can finally get started. So again, this would have been a little... Oh god, it's the gummy ship. Not the gummy ship! Anything but the goddamn gummy ship.
Oh, it's the gummy ship.
So you guys ready to go?
Now, just a moment. Because of your previous endeavors, the worlds have returned to their original states. That means the pathways between them have disappeared.
How do we get around?
Do not fear. If what the king suspected proves true, the worlds have prepared new pathways along which you may travel. These pathways may be utilized by unlocking special gates. How these gates are opened, I'm afraid I do not know. However, the Keyblade will serve as your guide. When a beam of light radiates from the Keyblade, return to the gummy ship. The worlds may seem far apart and out of reach, they nonetheless remain connected by invisible ties, as do our hearts.
Our hearts are connected.
That is correct.
Got it.
But be warned, as you proceed, the Heartless and the Nobodies will be using their own paths, corridors of darkness to travel from world to world. They may be attempting to link these dark pathways to the gates between the worlds.
Hey, that's not fair.
Now then, that is all the information I can give to you. Go forth, Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Everyone is waiting.
Okay, let's get going.
Master Jensen.
We sure do appreciate the help.
My goodness, what's that? Haven't we seen this somewhere before?
Yes, dear. I wonder whose it was.
Oh, Malefa!
No, we mustn't remember her name. Oh, dear.
She was a mean old witch. Oh no, the memories are coming back. What'll we do? Oh, what'll we do?
Goodness,
Oh, whatever shall we do? Perhaps we should tell Master Yen Sid.
Yes, that's what we must do. Hurry.
Maleficent!
Howdy, Sora.
So yeah, before I do my chipmunk impersonations, yes, that's what I was talking about way back at the end of the Kingdom Hearts 1 playthrough when we killed Maleficent, and I spoke about how they would bring her back. So yeah, that's the stupid-ass bullcrap reason. So yeah, Diablo the Raven, who wasn't even in the first game, pulls her cloak, which was not left behind when she died in the first Kingdom Hearts game, and just because the three fairies remember her name, she re-emerges, and it makes no sense. This isn't something from Sleeping Beauty, at least not that I'm aware of. I've watched the movie multiple times to try to get a fix on this. That's not how Maleficent's powers work, and that's not how Kingdom Hearts works when people die or go to the realm of darkness and things like that. Maleficent was a puppet. That was the big twist, and I feel like this was done only just to bring her back. And I'm going to spoil it right now for you. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to let you guys wonder what's going to happen with Maleficent in this game. Will we deal with her at some point? Who knows? I know, and it's a stupid answer, but ugh, God, I think that's one of the stupidest things in the entire series, how they brought back Maleficent for this game. It's so underwhelming and so stupid, and unless it has some sort of down the road thing where it's going to be a little bit more interesting, right now I feel like it's such a waste. So anyway, we're gonna finish up this episode because we're almost at an hour, and I was hoping to do this in a little bit less, but there was a lot of cutscenes and a lot of exposition. Howdy, Sora. How you doing? It's your favorite gummy engineers here, ready for duty. Chip and Dale. Happy flying. So yes, this is the world map, and thankfully we don't have to do a gummy ship path. Only one? Oh, I think they do talk over this.
Wait, I think it's a world we know.
Yeah, so this is the world map, and right now it's not exactly the biggest world, it's because everything's blocked off, but eventually you'll be able to fly around. So yeah, instead of that little menu thing, you can now actually fly a little mini version of the gummy ship around a world map, and then eventually you'll land in these worlds, and you'll be able to press triangle and enter them. So this world over here looks a little familiar. It is Hollow Bastion. Yes, we're going back to Hollow Bastion already. This is the world that's going to be the hub world. Hollow Bastion will be the hub world because it's a lot more elaborate than it was back in Kingdom Hearts 1. So after this, we're going to lose the path to Twilight Town when we enter here. But we are going to call it right here. I'm actually going to quit and go get ready to do some other video work. But I'm going to end it here for right now. That was a long episode. We did 50 minutes. It was a lot of exposition. Next time, we are just going to do Hollow Bastion. We're going to do all of Hollow Bastion in the next episode. And I believe that will be a one-part episode. Then we're going to hit the Disney Worlds, and we're going to go back to doing two-part episodes. And I've already planned it out. I need to go find my piece of paper. I was at work the other day, and I wrote down all of the episode titles and how I want to divide this up. So, you know, good times. So, again, I'm going to end it here for now, and I will see you guys on the next part when we go to Hollow Bastion. And then we will, after that, begin our journey into the Disney World. So, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next part.